Hey, good morning everyone. This is Warren from Rhapsody Piano Studio. I want to welcome you to today's live lesson. We're going to be working on Faded by Alan Walker. And if, what was I about to say? You can find links to the tutorial. After this lesson, I'll give you the basic game plan. You should be able to practice by your own. If not, just keep watching my other lessons. Eventually, you'll get the hang of it. So you'll find a link to the tutorial, and you'll also find a link to free sheet music, not mine, and that's in the cards. So hit up the cards, and also there'll be links in the video description. Okay. All right. Last but not least, last but not least. There we go. Sorry, it's kind of early for me to be doing this today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell next to it, or a little icon, whatever that thing is. Just to make sure you can get this full schedule and get reminders of these lessons and my tutorials when they come out. All right, with that said, here's Faded. I'm gonna get my thing ready, and okay, here we go. So I'm gonna first work on the beginning intro. I think it's about 4 measures, so let's take a look. Right there, we'll stop at measure 5. My dogs are excited about that. Okay, just gonna check the sound here real quick. All right. So that was the first 4 measures again, and we're just gonna stop at the first note of measure 5. Now here's just a right hand. I probably played this a little bit faster than it actually is, but just keep that in mind. Here we go. Now here, I like to switch to 5, so we can get to that F sharp easier. Okay, all right, let's try that together. Right hand, ready, go. All right, now if we do the left hand, it's just this pattern. Now, actually, I would prefer, I'm gonna give you a different way to practice these. I think this is much more efficient. Just play the chords. There's 2 reasons why this is a really great way to practice. Well, actually 3, because first, you just get the basic pattern down. It's easier to see that. And you're also just practicing the emotions, okay? The movements, that's actually more important, right? The movements, because most people just think it's just about playing the notes, and they forget you're actually practicing the movements as well. And the third reason is it's just a principle that if you make the practice a little bit more difficult than what's actually, in the music, kind of like if you think about like professional athletes, right? They say the game is much easier than actual practices. So you want the practice to be a little bit more difficult. That way, when you play this, like a performance, it's a lot easier to pull off, okay? All right, so let me show you again. It's just E minor, C major, G major, D major, E minor. And then, it's a pop song / EDM, whatever it is. Right? So this is that's the very basic pattern throughout the entire song, okay? All right, so let's play the actual pattern now. Yeah, and I actually like to hold the bass note a little bit when you have patterns like this, because it just the bass. If you have more bass, it helps the music sound a lot better, and you don't have to pedal as much. Okay, all right. Let's try that together now. Left hand, ready, go. Okay, back to both hands. By the way, you can always hit that playback speed if this is going a little too fast for you, okay? All right, let's keep it going. Okay, so that's the first part of that melody, stopping at measure 9. This is 5 to 9. I'm not gonna go over the left hand because it's the same pattern. So anytime there's a repetition, just remember to practice that thing I showed you. So we're just gonna look at the melody, and then so we're gonna just practice from here on out, right hand and hands together, okay? By the way, it's not like I'm expecting you to just do hands together immediately. When I show you like hands separate and hands together, like I'm expecting that it might take you like a few days to get the right hand and left hand correct. And when you're doing both hands together, it's gonna be kind of awkward. So yeah, I'm not literally expecting you to go in this entire, like this order, okay? Like adjust with it. Don't just follow blindly what I'm showing you here, okay? All right. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go, rest. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to point that out. Make sure you get that 8th rest in the beginning. Okay, now back to both hands. All right, let's do that together now. Ready, go. Okay, here is measure 9 to, let's see, it's hard to count, 13. Okay, if we look at the right hand, I use the 1 here, so I can get the 5 on the D. Okay, all right, let's try it together. Ready, go, and I'm gonna count the rest, by the way. Ready, go, rest. All right, now the left hand, the only last part you have to practice is that transition to 13. So it's like a D major chord going to an E minor chord. Yes, this is E minor. It's just an inversion. You see that? So it's the same notes. If you don't know what inversion is, don't worry about it. Just know that it's the same chord. Okay, so this is all you would practice until you could do. All right. Okay, let's go back to both hands. Oh, sorry. All right. Together now. Ready, go. All right, and now at this point, I'll give you like 3 little, not sections, but 3 little chunks, right? So what you want to do is the smallest divisions that you have, you want to keep stacking on top, like connecting them together. So we're going to put together everything we've done from the beginning. Okay, let me play it for you one time and then we'll play through. And if you need to, go ahead and practice hands separate. Actually, let me go ahead and do that for you here. At least with the right hand, the left hand is kind of repetitive. I don't want to do that. So let me show you the melody all the way from the beginning, everything we've done so far, and then we'll do both hands after that. Now let me show you both hands. We're gonna try this together, by the way, both hands, if you can. All right, we'll try this together from the beginning now. Ready, go. thing to keep in mind is then when you're trying to put these sections together, you might not be able to do these big sections right away. So you might, like, even like 4 measures might be too much for you. So I've done as much as when I'm teaching students in the lessons. Sometimes we've had to just do like 1 measure at a time, even half a measure at a time, and build up from there. So understand that you have to build concentration. If you're not used to doing longer sections, you're not gonna just snap your fingers and be able to do it magically, okay? All right, let's keep it going from measure 13 where we left off. Okay, so there's the first part. I'm kind of changing things here, so let me show you. Now here, what's written in the music, but I don't do that. That's awkward, so don't do that. That's a problem with a lot of this free sheet music, so. Here. Let me show you that again. Okay, so that's what's going on. All right, let's try it together. Right hand. Ready, go. All right, now the left hand, just chords again. Look at that, C major. Now, this is also G major, not like the beginning. See, look, inversion. So they're just changing the kind of the, how to explain this, like the order of the notes, right? So instead of this, right, G, B, D, we have D, G, B, okay? All right, but again, don't worry about it if you don't understand. So let me show you that again. Here's the progression. By the way, anytime you have a pattern, like in a right hand and left hand, where it's all like whole notes, you don't have to count every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, in my opinion, is just a waste of time. So just treat them like quarter notes. And so that's literally how I practice that. Okay, left hand together now. Ready, go. Okay, all right, back to both hands. That together. Ready, go. Okay, keeping it going. Sorry. Okay, now, actually, that last measure, so the measure 21, look at that. It says 2/4. If you don't understand what that means, we're basically going from 4 beats to 2. Okay, so let me count it out for you. 20 to 21, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it sounds a little bit shorter transition, okay? All right, where was I? Okay, this is measure 17. Here's the right hand. Okay, try it together. Ready, go. Okay, now left hand. It's the same pattern. See that? Except. Alright, so that's basically it, okay? Yeah, in my opinion, you can just do both hands practice here. All right, so let's try it again together now. Let me play for you one time and then we'll try it together. Sorry. All right, together now. I'll take it a bit slower. Ready, go. No, wrong place. Ready, go. And then I would suggest putting this together from measures 13. Okay, so here's right hand. I'm not the left hand. Look, I'm not going to go over this pattern. It's very basic stuff. Okay, just the right hand and hands together. Okay, both hands. All right, now next part. The left hand pattern is the same, so I'm gonna skip that. Here's just the right hand. Let me just show you both hands actually. Sorry. Oops. I want to stop right there. So that's measure 30. Okay. Here's the right hand. Sorry. Let me try it again. I'm miscounting this. The reason why I'm doing right hand too is also a good way to practice your rhythm. Okay. Let's just count this out loud. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was a beat late. Sorry about that. All right. I don't do this a lot, but this is a good exercise when you're counting the beats. You keep me track like that. Although same thing with practice, I don't think you're gonna be. If you're not used to this, you're not gonna be able to do it right away. But anyways, back to hands together. If it wasn't obvious, the reason why doing just the right hand by itself is a lot harder to count is because when you do hands together, it's actually easier to count because your left hand is basically, most of the time, the accompaniment pattern is keeping the rhythm, okay? All right, let's try it together now. Ready, go. All right, I'm gonna keep it going for measure 30. Keep going. And that's it to measure 38. Okay. Yeah, I would just do this entire part, just hands together, because there's not a lot going on in the right hand. Okay, so let's try that together now. This is measure, this is right before the page turn. This is measure 29. Okay. Okay, and then it repeats. So it's going to repeat the section. This is where I think, the way I hear it, it's like the first major section. So we're going to go back to the beginning and put it all together. I missed a note, sorry. Okay, and that's about halfway through the song, okay? Now before I finish this song up, if you're enjoying this video so far, if you feel like you're learning something from it, if it's been of value to you, if it's valuable for you, go ahead and like the video. Seriously, it helps me. It does help me a lot. And I want to continue to provide these free lessons for you guys. And if you know anyone who loves Alan Walker, loves Faded, this song, they want to learn this on piano, go ahead and share this video with them as well. All right, let's keep it going. We stopped at measure, what measure is that? 38, okay. You can skip that part. Now, if you look at measure 41, I find this awkward. Well, I mean, that's the way they wrote it, so just go with it, I guess. All right. You can just do the same thing if you want, but in the tutorial, I'm literally playing like that note. Okay. All right. So the next part, measure 42, again, you can skip this part. Any repetitions, or if it's just like really similar and you think you can handle it without like practicing it, go ahead and skip those parts. Okay. It saves you a lot of time. All right, so this part is actually, it's gonna be easier to do both hands. I'll show you why. At least, not the whole thing, but if we look at measure 41, 42, 43, watch what goes on here. You gotta sneak that note in between. See that? Let me show you again. Okay, it's very subtle. Right, and then by the way, that notation, the way they wrote it, it's another reason why I don't like free sheet music. It's just that it's awkward. That's not the way you're supposed to write it. That's why I have a hard time figuring out what you guys are trying to do with the sheet music. All right, anyway, let me do that again. See that? Okay. Okay, it's pretty much the same idea from there. All right. So you can go back and actually put this entire section together, which I will do from measure 38. Okay, together now. Ready, go. Keep it going for measure 46. Sorry. All right, so you don't really need to practice this part. Because the only part that actually would need practice is probably just measure 49. Because if you look at measure 45, it's just, and again at measure like 47 to 48. You don't need to practice that. So just 49. Just that, all right? Effective practice is about just finding the most difficult parts and practicing that. So this whole part is not difficult, just the last part of it, okay? It's like, imagine you're just like using a microscope and you're zooming in and zooming out. Or a magnifying glass, whatever you want to call it. Then you go back and put this whole section together from measure 44, okay? So you just practice that, what I just showed you, then go back to measure 44. Here we go. Sorry, wrong note. Okay, all right, now 50, keep it going. Yeah, let's highlight the section a little bit. Usually I would practice a little bit longer sections, but just these four measures sound good. Let me show you again. So these notes are off the beat. That one. Very subtle, okay? But make sure you count that. let's try that together. Ready, go. Okay, keeping it going. Sorry. Okay, so a lot of, right? What did he call these? All right, a lot of 16th notes, right? 16th and 8th, that's why we have this rhythm. Okay, so that's gonna be something to practice. Left hand, look, more chords, right? Yeah, so difficult, right? Okay, so just that pattern. So again, if you get that pattern, you really don't need to practice the left hand. Here's just the right hand by itself. It's basically the same idea 3 times in a row. Okay, let's try it together now. 54. Ready, go. And then that's where I would actually stop and put this entire section together, which I'm going to do for you from, where are we here? Okay, measure 38. So here's the second big section. And then after this is the last page. We can call that the coda, the ending part, okay? There's 38. Wrong note. Okay, here's the last part. Sorry. Kind of zoned out there. And that thing again. So it's kind of like something we've done before anyway. So this last page is just a repetition of the previous things that we worked on, those previous ideas, okay? So I would say the only new part is really from 59 to where I stopped, which is measure 66. I'm gonna play 66 to the end later, so I'll show you like they're exactly the same, okay? So let's do that, 59 to 66. This part's even kind of the same. Except this part. I'm gonna stop there, okay? Let's do that together. Same place. This is 59. Ready, go. All right, now listen to this last part. And then this theme again, just like the beginning. Okay, so do you hear those ideas? It's all the same thing, basically what we worked on for the last 2 pages. So you basically, if you just practice 59 to 66, you know the entire page. It's about finding these little shortcuts / I like to call them smart cuts, because sometimes people use shortcuts like they're a negative thing, which they can be, but these are good shortcuts, okay? All right, let me play it for you one more time so to see if you can just really hear how they're pretty much exactly like the stuff that we worked on before. Okie doke. So that is it for today's lesson. Hopefully I can do some more Alan Walker in the future. I actually really do like his music. Sounds pretty okay on piano. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me for today's lesson. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, whatever it is that you might be doing, to watch this lesson. So I really do appreciate it. Thumbs up. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Happy practicing. Hope you guys enjoyed it.